Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hatha Yoga for tight hamstrings. So, if your hamstrings are tight, you're in the right place. Whether you are flexible or not flexible at all, you're in the right place. You'll need a yoga strap, and if you have two blocks, that's an added bonus, especially if your hamstrings are stiff. And so, the way you use the yoga blocks, in more general terms, is you use them to bring the floor closer to you. So if you're doing a pose like side angle, where it's just too far away to reach the floor, you can either modify with your limb on another limb, or you can actually make your arm longer by using a yoga block, which I would recommend doing if you can. So to get started in this practice, we'll actually come into a standing position, standing up tall at the front of the mat. So much of flexibility has to do with how we arrange the body in space, even when we're standing, walking, everything that we're doing, even the way we sit in a chair. So let's connect into the body, connect in through the feet. You can actively lift and spread your toes, and then play with rocking forward and back. As you rock forward, you can even lift your heels, and then slowly lower them to lean back a little. Just noticing the awakening of the feet. Our feet are the first thing that touch the ground. It affects what happens everywhere up the chain, from the knee, through the hip, through the low back. And so this is a practice to open up and move the body in every direction. If our hamstrings are tight, there's a good chance that our hips are tight, and that's contributing to it. Great. So now make some circles with the right hip. So you can stand next to a wall for extra balance if you need it, taking your left hand to the wall. Otherwise, stay on your mat and pick up your right knee, making circles in the right hip joint. Nice and slow. About 5 in one direction. And then same leg, 5 in the other direction. If you bend your standing leg, that makes it a bit easier to feel the muscles contracting, to recruit the muscles around the hip joint. With practice, you can straighten the leg and keep the muscles strong, from the front of the thigh to the back of the thigh to the glutes. Cool, other side. Left leg circles. 1, 2. You can also try to lift as you circle. 3. Hip flexion and circle. 4. And then 5 more other direction. 1, 2, 3. Extra challenge, close your eyes. 4. And 5. Very good. Back to standing now. Warm up the wrists. So press the backs of the hands into each other and circle the wrists. All right, exercise 2. Ready? The wave. Interlace fingers. It's also a really good dance move. And then switch. Oh, it's so hard the other way. Cool. And relax. And then loop the shoulders up to the ears. Shoulder blades closer, and then lower them down. So shoulders forward like a slump, up to the ears, shoulder blades close, and then down. And keep on going. One big fluid movement. I'll call this the shoulder loop. We'll come back to it often. And notice how lifting the chest actually starts with lifting the shoulders. Isn't that cool? Then we retract the scapula and puff up the heart, as opposed to just drawing the shoulders down. Now you can stand with your feet apart, turn the feet out a little bit, bend your knees. And with an inhale, lift the arms, grab your right wrist. Exhale, side bend, leaning to the left. And repeat, back to center on the in-breath. Exhale to the left. Back to center on the inhale. Exhale to the left and hold, squeezing on that right wrist. Try taking the shoulder forward a little bit to help stretch through the armpit and to spread that right shoulder blade out. 3 more breaths. Breathe into the stretch. Breathe into the right side of the belly. And one more. And rise up. Exhale to relax down. Take a moment. And then bending knees, catch your left wrist. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, side bend to the right. Again, inhale, coming up. Exhale, squeezing that left wrist. And once more. And then breathe in the pose. You can lengthen left side body, or you can direct the stretch more through the armpit. We have a choice. There's lots of choices, actually. In every pose, we have many different ways to explore it, many different potential benefits. You can always adjust the practice to your current needs. One more breath. And then moving from the core, slowly come up. And with an exhale, relax down. Take your right hand behind the back. Squeeze the right wrist. Squeeze it towards the floor. And draw your shoulders away from the ears. So shoulders down. And then bring your left ear down to your left shoulder. And then lift the chin and lower it. Just doing little quarter circles. Just like a nice piece of pie. We actually got a lemon meringue pie the other night, and we had pie at 10 p.m. right before bed. It was beautiful. I have no regrets, and you should treat yourself too. No regrets. No weird dreams either. I was surprised. And then switch. So we'll take the left arm behind the back, squeeze the left wrist, shoulders away from ears, and then bring your right ear down to your shoulder. Chin out to the side. And again, have a piece of pie. So little quarter turns. Stretching the left side of the neck. Upper trapezius is the shoulder shrugger, and that's what's being targeted between the shoulder and the neck. Also known as the ear warmer in the winter. All right. Back to center. So this is active hip flexion exercise now. Really key. We often think our hamstrings are tight, but possibility is that our hip flexors are both tight and weak. So activate hip flexor with the knee bent. Push your thigh up into your hand. And then release down. Other side. Push your other thigh up into your hand. And release down. Thigh to hand. Push it strong. Release down. Other side. And release down. Now try your elbow. You can use your exhale to help connect with the core as you move into deep hip flexion. Good. Next time you take the right thigh to elbow, hold the posture. 3 breaths. Keep pressing thigh into elbow, strong in the core. And then release down, other side. 3 breaths. Keep the press both directions. So you're actually activating underarm muscles, shoulder depressors for shoulder stability, and hip flexors for better range of motion, affecting the hip and the hamstrings. Very good. And release down. So now you can take your yoga strap, there you are, and bring it behind your back. Then you might wiggle the hands a little bit closer. Find your shoulder loop. So we'll loop the shoulders up to the ears, back, retracting the scapula, and then down. Shoulders forward and up, back, and then down. And again, one more. Big shoulder loop. Keep a lift to the heart. And then inhaling, squeeze the shoulder blades. Try to pull the strap off your spine. Exhale, bring the strap back to your body. Inhale, pull the strap away from your spine. Exhale, lowering. 3 more to go. Inhale, pull, strong core. Ooh. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Again, this is challenging active range of motion. So again, lift once more. Hold that position now. Bend your knees, fold forward, pull through the arms. So by bending the knees, it becomes a little bit more about the shoulders. Keep squeezing your shoulder blades. Keep the pose active. You're reaching those arms towards the floor. Deep breath. Helps to tuck in your chin and breathe through the nose, regulating the pressure. And then bending your knees, come all the way up. Take your time. Oh, yeah. And relax down. Very good. So you can set that strap aside. I'm going to take you through a sun salutation that comes from an older style of yoga called Shivananda. I'm taking liberties with the movements and changing it a little bit, but it's pretty close to the OG format. So if you have yoga blocks, you can place one at the front corner of the mat, one on the left, one on the right. They're there to make your arms longer if you need it. You can also bend your knees to help get the hands down. So you have those two options anytime we're folding forward. So you'll see someone flexible doing it with their legs straight. What happens if you're not flexible is that your spine does all the movement too soon. So the key is to focus on keeping the back straight, bending the knees a little. Then either pause at the halfway mark or keep on going. But try to get through most of the movement with your back straight and then round at the end. All right, let's do it. So feet hip width, parallel. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, draw a circle with the arms, just like the sun. Reach up. Exhale, fold forward, hands down. Maybe the yoga blocks, maybe the floor. Inhale, right foot steps back to a lunging position. Option to bring the knee down or keep it up. And then exhale to downward facing dog. So you can bend your knees to get your back straight. Inhale, plank position. Exhale, knees down and hips down. Come all the way to the floor. Inhale, cobra pose. Pull back with your hands. Exhale, strong core. Push up to your knees. Downward dog. Option 2, modify like me. Puppy dog. Knees down. For the next progression, knees are up, but they can stay bent to help you keep the back straight. For those of you in puppy dog, come into table with your knees down. On your next inhale, right foot forward outside of your hand. Exhale, left foot forward. Bending the knees, inhale, rise up. Exhale, arms at sides. And resting breath in. Exhale, hands to heart center. Round 2. Inhale, circle the arms. Draw a sun. Exhale, fold forward, hands down. Feel free to bend your knees. Left foot steps back to lunge. Inhale. Exhale from the core, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank position, or go directly to table. Exhale, lower to the floor, knees and hips. You could stay in table to modify. Inhale to cobra pose or modify like me. And exhale from the core, downward dog or puppy dog, your choice. And breathe. Take about 3 breaths. From table or down dog, left foot forward on the inhale. Exhale, right foot forward. Could be like a squat, bending the knees. Inhale, rise up, lift the arms. Exhale, arms at sides, mountain pose. Very nice. Feet parallel. Again, inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold forward, hands down. Feel free to touch the floor. And then right foot back, inhale, low lunge. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower knees and hips. Inhale, cobra pose. Lift your feet, pull back with your arms. Make it feel good. Exhale, strong core, downward dog. Spreading fingers, pushing the hips back, and breathe. Arms are strong and straight. Feel free to wag the tail of the dog. Hello, cat. You can also round your back like a cat. No house pets left out of this one, so embrace all the animal forms. And then right foot forward on an inhale, low lunge. Left foot forward, squatting. Exhale, bend your knees. With heavy heels and strong buttocks, inhale to come up. And exhale, arms at sides, feet parallel. Take a resting breath in. Exhale, hands over the heart. Quadriceps contracting, toes spreading. Inhale, draw a circle. Exhale, folding forward. Left foot steps back. Inhale, lunging. Right foot back. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lowering to the floor. Inhale, cobra pose, pulling back. Exhale, strong core, downward dog. And breathe. So notice if you're creating a little more heat in the body, maybe you're starting to feel looser, you might start to straighten the legs more in down dog. If your wrists are sore or your back hurts, try bending your knees a little more. Try spreading the fingers a little wider and rooting through all the knuckles of the upper palm. And then next inhale, left foot forward to lunge, lower the back knee. Exhale, right foot forward, squatting, bending knees. Inhale, rise up with the arms, strong buttocks. There's the magic, training the glutes. Exhale, arms at sides. Take a moment to feel the residue. Next exhale, hands to heart center. And we'll do it a little differently now. So take a breath in. Exhale, bend the knees like a squat. Inhale, sit a little bit higher. Lift the arms up, chair pose. And breathe. Holding this posture, strong in the core. Arms about shoulder width apart. You can gaze straight ahead. Hopefully you have a lovely view. And as you exhale, take the hands down. Inhale, step back to plank pose this time. Exhale, lower your knees and hips just like we did. Inhale, pull back to cobra pose. Exhale, strong core, downward dog, or you can stay in table, your choice. Then lift the right leg and make some circles with the right hip joint, going out to the side and up to the sky. I'm doing it in table, but it could also be done in downward dog. Quite nice, actually. Engaging the buttocks is really key. Now on your next exhale, step the right foot just outside of the right hand, and then lower your left knee to the floor. Inhale, lunging. You can use yoga blocks under your hands. You might wiggle the right foot forward. And then as you exhale, lean back, half split. Try to straighten that right leg. Inhale, lunging, drawing the knee forward. And then exhale, lean back to your own comfortable degree. And continue. And if you don't have blocks, it can help to grab kitchen table chairs or dining room chairs and just place your hands on the seats of it. Even in situations with private clients where we've had the props, I've still had to bring the chairs over. There's really good tools, especially if your hamstrings are tight. So you're looking to find a stretch in the front of your left hip as you lunge, and then in the back of the right leg in the hamstring or in the calf as your leg straightens. We'll keep on going. A few more of these movements, known as vinyasas, breath-linking movements. All right, so lunging, right knee over the ankle. Exhale, look to your navel, strong core, and breathe, engaging the buttocks. Try to press your left hip forward. If you want to feel more of a stretch, you might lift the heart a little more, taking the hands off the blocks, bringing the arms out to the sides like cactus branches, or even interlacing the fingers at the back of the skull. And then straightening that leg again. Take the hands down to the blocks, the chair, or the floor, whatever you can reach. Inhale, lift the heart, contract the front of the right thigh. Exhale, fold over that right thigh, getting into the hamstrings more. And breathe. So if you are tight, there's a good chance that you're having a hard time with straightening the leg. Maybe your knee's kind of bent. In that case, try lifting your heart even higher. You might even bring your hands to your waist and see if you can straighten your leg from there. With your quadriceps strong, lift your heart a little more, suck in the low belly, and then try hinging forward. Keeping the heart open, upper back strong. Find a sweet spot. We'll take 5 breaths, so find stillness now. Might be nice to take the left hand down to a yoga block. If you are very bendy, you might have your lips on your ankle. Just kidding. Inhale, lift the heart. Blocks back. Exhale, release the pose. And then we'll walk it back to downward dog. You can just walk your dog, or you can move into plank for a vinyasa on the inhale. Low plank on the exhale, lowering knees and hips. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale from the core, downward dog. And then lift your left leg on an inhale, circling the hip about 5 times. Just like we did standing. Could be done in table or down dog. And then next exhale, left foot forward, right knee down. Feel free to fold the edge over for extra padding. Unless you have kneecaps of steel. Younger days, I would do this on a cement floor. Can't do that anymore. So take a breath in, bend your front knee. And then exhale, straight leg, leaning back. You might find it nice to go on the fingertips. Inhale, bend the knee. And then exhale, lean back, try to straighten that leg, flex toes to shin. Do about 10 of these in total. So keep on moving and exploring. Feel free to draw your right knee further back if you wish. That might help you find more of a stretch in the lunge. And keep on moving on the breath. And this is our last vinyasa. Next inhale, make your way to the lunge and pause there. So you may find it best to stay in the lunge and then use an exhale to lift the pubic bone. Look at your navel, engaging the core and buttocks. Push right hip forward. There's also the option to take the hands off the blocks, starting with cactus, and then hands to the back of the skull, engaging the core. Maybe you can find a nice stretch in the front of that right hip. Strong in the glutes. And then releasing the posture, take your fingers down to the blocks again. Inhale, lift the heart, find your neutral spine. Feel free to slide that left leg further forward, try to straighten it. And then exhale, folding, try to keep your back straight. And if it's hard to straighten the leg, try taking your hands to your waist, lift the heart, and hinge. And we'll hold for 5 breaths. Front of the thigh strong. Maybe the right hand comes down for balance. And exhale, step the left foot back. Downward facing dog. So spread the fingers and push your hips back. Go ahead, we'll hold this downward dog for a little while, about 10 breaths. If you find it difficult for any reason, you can modify by doing wall dog, taking your hands against the wall. We scrub the hands out, push the hips back, and focus on getting your back straight. The ticket for that is bending the knees, sticking out the buttocks. You might find a little bit of curve in your lower back, and that's fine. Arms are straight. Once you feel the back is pretty straight, you might start to explore straightening the legs more. It can help to take the feet further away from the wall. 5 more breaths. Those of you in downward dog, try to hang in there. Try to push it a little bit. That's 7 already. 8. 9. And 10. Very good. So you can come off the wall. For those of you in downward dog, step forward like a squat. Inhale, look up. And then exhale, fall forward into ragdoll. It's all meat there, taking the feet as wide as the mat. Feet turned out a little. Hold on to opposite elbows. Let your torso hang loose. You can make this more about the spine, or you can try and straighten the legs to make it more about stretching the back of the legs. You choose. And then bending your knees, let go. Slowly roll up to standing. And then we'll meet in mountain pose. Oh yeah, we're only halfway through class. That's great. I lost my wristwatch last week, so. So we'll meet in mountain pose. And you could set up your blocks so that there's one at the front right corner of the mat and then one at the back right corner. And we'll stand right in the middle. And then step the feet about 4 feet apart or so, as wide as you can comfortably. Inhale, spread the arms out like wings. And we'll take a few breaths in this posture. Think of the inner thighs moving back. There's an inward spin of the legs. Front of the thighs are contracting to help straighten the legs. Now, lift and spread your right toes, and turning from the hip joint, pivot out over the heel. Repeat that a few times. So we're getting movement from the hip joint, as opposed to just moving the ankle. You might even feel a little bit of a stretch happening along the inner thigh as you do that. And then we'll meet in Warrior Two. So you can bend that right knee just as much as you're comfortable. Back leg totally straight with the quadriceps active. As you inhale, straighten the legs and stretch your wrists. As you exhale, bend the right knee, Warrior Two. Again, inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, Warrior Two. And repeat that a few more times with your own breath. And then from Warrior Two, we'll move into extended side angle. Right hand down to the yoga block on its highest height to start, just outside of your foot. And then imagine playing guitar with your top arm. If you don't have a block, you could simply rest your forearm on your thigh, but be sure to draw the right shoulder away from the ear and engage the right side of the core. And then big circles with the left arm. Back by the hip, forwards by the ear. It's a great posture to open up your shoulder and stretch the left side of the body, particularly with this dynamic movement. And then settle into side angle. Take a few more breaths, reaching the arm by the ear, totally straight, strong core. Inhale up to warrior two. And then wiggle the left foot closer. Slowly straighten your legs. Take a breath in, lifting the arms, proud chest. And as you exhale, take the right hand down to the yoga block again. Left arm straight up to the sky for triangle pose. And breathe. You may feel a really nice stretch in your outer left hip, continuing up the side of the spine here. If it feels comfortable, turn your head to look at the top thumb. Otherwise, head neutral, or even take the top arm behind the back, releasing the head. And then looking down, bend your right knee. Inhale to come up, parallel feet. Exhale, left foot out, drop the right heel back, increasing the distance between the feet again. Then spreading toes, inhale to straighten the legs, arms up. Exhale, warrior two, bend the front knee. And repeat. Inhale, lift the arms, proud open chest. Exhale, warrior two. Imagine you're in the NAC. So really graceful, short pauses at the ends of the movements. And last one. And we'll take it into side angle. So exhale, bend your knee, and then take the hand of the yoga block or forearm to thigh. The block could be just underneath your shoulders, somewhere outside of the foot, and then make those big circles with the top shoulder. Back by the hip, forwards by the ear. The feet could be squeezing towards each other to help stay in the pose so the feet don't slip away. Or you could do the opposite. You can press the feet away from each other to help activate the right glutes. And try to find the muscle engagements of both actions. And then reaching the arm by the ear, pause for 3 more breaths. Strong in the core, turning the right chest open. One more breath. Moving from the core, inhale, come up, warrior two stance. Exhale, right foot closer, preparing for triangle. Inhale, engage the front of the legs to straighten them, lift and spread left toes. And then exhaling, take that left hand down to the block again, or use your shin. Top arm up to the sky, head neutral, or look up at the thumb. You could also modify stretching the right side of the neck with the right arm behind the back, dropping that left ear down to the shoulder. And then bending the knee, look down. Inhale to come up, turn the feet parallel. Exhale, right foot to the front. We'll turn the left foot in an extra 45 degrees or so. So your left foot is kind of angled towards that front left corner, but you can adjust the angle so the foot is flat. Leg is strong and straight. And then with an inhale, spread the arms like wings. As you exhale, twist, taking the left hand down to the shin or to a yoga block underneath the shoulder. Right arm up to the sky. And breathe. This might be a stretch in the right hip. It might be a stretch in the hamstring. Potentially even the left shoulder blade region. So you can play around with that. If your balance is feeling really good, you might look to the top thumb again. This is called revolved triangle. And then on the exhale, look down, lower your arm, and you can take both of your hands to a yoga block just in front of your right toes. Inhale, lift the heart, and then exhale, bow towards your right leg. There's also the option to bend your left leg and sit back a little bit. This can make it a little easier to get the straight leg stretch. Even lifting the ball of the right foot off the floor and flexing the toes towards the shin. One more breath. And then bending that right knee, bring the foot down. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, step forward. And then right foot back, angling at that front right corner of the mat. Feel free to adjust the block so it's just inside of your heel. With an inhale, spread the arms out. And then exhale, take the right hand down, twisting. Find your sweet spot, revolved triangle. Turning the left chest open, connect to the strength of the core. The obliques, the sides of the abs, are muscles that are responsible for twisting, as well as side bending. So see if you can feel some engagement there. Pushing into that bottom hand. 2 more breaths. And then exhale, look down. You can take both hands to that same yoga block, bringing it just in front of your toes. Inhale, lift the heart. You might stay there and fold over your left leg. Option 2, bend your back leg, flex your left toes towards your shin, and then lean the pelvis back. This also stretches the calf of the back leg really well. Very similar to a loaded squat. And then slowly land that left foot, bend the knee. And with an inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, step forward, top of the mat, mountain pose. You can grab your other yoga block and place a block at each of the front corners of the mat. And then we'll take the feet about hip width apart again. So I'm stepping the left foot back. Same kind of alignment. Your pelvis is aiming towards the front of the mat that way. So your back foot could be angled out more or less. It's going to depend on a variety of factors. Now as you inhale, lift the arms up. As you exhale, bend the elbows, bend the front knee. Again, inhale, reaching straight up. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, bend the front knee. 3 more to go, moving with your breath. Good, last one. Now on your next exhale, bend the elbows, pause there, hinge forward over your leg. So inhale, reach the arms straight out in front. Exhale, reach the arms back by the hips. Inhale, reach the arms forward by the ears. And then exhale, back by the hips, bowing to knee. Inhale, forwards by the ears, lift the heart. Exhale, head to knee, arms back. 2 more to go. Inhale, forwards. Exhale, back. Last one. Inhale, reach forwards. Exhale, hands to the yoga blocks. You can slide them back a little more. And as you push into your hands, lean your hips back. Try to straighten the right leg. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, fold over your right leg. We'll take 5 breaths. So there's options. You might focus on keeping the spine neutral, heart lifted, maybe even going onto the tips of the fingers. And then think of squeezing your legs towards each other so the right hip moves back in space. If you are kind of tight, this is a great way to do it. It's going to strengthen some of your smaller buttock muscles. It also promotes honoring the natural curve of your lower back and lifting the heart. And 2 more breaths. Feel free to round your back slowly, using the exhale to go forward. Be where it feels good. Inhale, bend the front knee just over the ankle. Exhale, engage the buttock and pause. Heart is lifted. Spreading the arms like wings. Inhale to come up. And exhale, lower the arms and step forward. Take a moment to feel the residue. Transferring weight through the left foot, right leg steps back. And as you inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, cactus arms, bend the front knee, open the chest up. Again, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, keep the core strong. A few more to go with your breath. Last one. And then from the cactus, pause and hinge forward. Try to keep your back straight. Next exhale, reach the hands by the hips, arms back. Inhale, reach forwards by the ears, lifting the heart a little. Exhale, bow head to knee, arms back. Inhale, lift the heart, arms forward. Exhale, head to knee, arms back. About 3 more to go, real slow. Find short pauses at the end of every movement. Last one. Hands to the blocks, exhale. Inhale, lift the heart, try to straighten your leg. You can stay here. Exhale, draw back through the left hip, pressing your heels towards each other. And breathe. Front of the thigh contracts, that helps us straighten the leg. And then try to push down through the ball of your foot, the base near the big toe. Kind of like pushing on the gas. Toes spreading wide, rooting down. Heart lifting. A few more breaths. You can stay here or exhale to bow head to knee. Pause at a sweet spot. Be where it feels good. Inhale, lift the heart halfway. Exhale, bend the left knee over the ankle, consciously squeeze the bum. Arms out. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower your arms and come back to standing in mountain pose. Very good. And then with an inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, fold, hands down. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, plank pose, lower to the floor. And then bring your arms out like wings. Legs together. Keeping the legs straight. Inhale to lift the arms away from the floor and lift the legs up for 5 breaths. Exhale, come down, resting your forehead on stacked hands. Tuck your chin. Take a few slow breaths. And then lifting your heart. Round 2, you can interlace the fingers behind the back or take a yoga strap between the hands like we did earlier. Shoulder loop, remember that? So shoulders up to the ears and then squeeze the shoulder blades together. Pull through your arms, opening the chest, and then try to lift your legs, squeezing them, and breathe. Try gazing down your nose, softening the eyes and jaw. But keep the effort in the rest of the body. Exhale down and relax. Hands under shoulders. Push up onto the knees. And then we'll bring the legs out in front. So we'll do a little bit of core work because this is really helpful stuff for releasing what's called, or taking care of what's called lumbar lordosis, where your butt sticks out, your lower back's really tight, and your hips are always sore. I had that as well. So we're going to root the heels down into the earth. Hands at your knees to start. And as you exhale, think of drawing the front ribs in, engaging your core. Scoop the tail under a little bit. Come down. And then inhale, come up. We'll keep the chin tucked in the whole time. Exhale, slowly sliding down. Heels can root. That's going to help the tail stay heavy. Inhale, coming up. So only go down as far as you can come back up. If you go too far, that's okay. You'll figure it out with practice. Okay, very good. One more. Oh, that was good. Great. So bring your hands about half a foot behind you now. And then shoulder loop. You can bring your feet a little closer to you. So lift the chest, loop the shoulders up and back, find an open chest. Good. And then lean back a little bit, engaging the core. And try to lift the feet off of the ground. Maybe you lift the feet towards eye level. Stay for a few breaths. Strong core, strong hip flexors. Exhale, release down. Feet about hip width apart, keep planting the palms. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower down. 5 times. Try to keep the legs parallel. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, lowering. Inhale, strong between shoulder blades. Exhale, down slow. 2 more. We're going to hold this last one. So lift the hips and stay in the pose for 5 breaths. Squeezing between shoulder blades. Try bending your knees more. And then push off the heels, reversing. Slowly going forward into the knee bend. And then back as the legs straighten. And this seemingly simple move actually is used to unlock some really advanced stuff like full wheel. All right, let's come all the way down now. Beautiful. And then find your yoga strap. And we'll fold the left foot just in front of the right buttock, wherever it goes naturally. You can take a strap around your right foot, pull back a little bit, and then try to straighten the leg as much as you can. Lean back about 45 degrees and breathe. So you might hold pretty close to the foot. You might take it a bit looser and pull back, arms out to the sides. Heart is lifted, upper back is strong. And then releasing the strap, keep the leg up. Lift and lower 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. And then we'll take the strap around that same foot again. This time keep the heel on the ground. Inhale, pull back, lifting the heart, and then see how much you can straighten the leg. And we'll take 5 breaths. If it's available to you, you might bring the hands closer to the foot and hinge forward at the hip. Think of puffing up the chest, sucking in the low belly. Tall through the crown. And inhale, come up. Exhale, take the left hand behind you. Inhale, lift the hips, reaching back through the right arm. And we'll hold for a bit, strong in the left side of the core. Exhale, come down. And then we'll switch. Fold the right foot in, just in front of that left buttock. Then you can take a strap around that left foot, holding it with both hands, raise the leg up, and then contract the front of the thigh to straighten the leg, pull back a bit with the arms, and breathe. And try to push the ball of the foot out against the strap. It's kind of like pushing on the gas. Not that I'm suggesting you start doing that with your left foot if you live in North America, but good. And then removing the strap, keep the leg up, and then lift and lower 5 times. 1, lean back a little bit, strong core. 2, 3. So notice it's coming from the core and the hip together. 4, 5. Lower the heel, loop around the foot again. Inhale, lift the heart. See if you can straighten the leg while lengthening through the crown. Exhale, hinge forward, and breathe, lengthening into the hamstring. It might look something like this. You might be more upright. It's all good. Feel it out in your body. Try spreading your toes again, see what happens. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, set the strap aside. Right hand back. Inhale, lift the hips. Lengthening left side body for 5. Breath again. Strong in the right side of the core. Strong in that right shoulder. And exhale, slowly come down. Very good. Bring your feet in front of you, about 1.5 foot, tortoise pose. Exhale to reach underneath your legs, rounding the back like the shell of a turtle. Drop your chin. Soften the effort. You can use the arms very gently pulling back. Try to relax and round the spine forward. Belly soft. Breath deep. Inhale, slowly start to roll up. Keep the tail scooped under. Exhale to lay onto your back and bring the right leg up again. Strap around the foot, straight leg. Holding both ends of the strap with the right hand. Make some big circles with that right leg. Try to keep it straight. If it's hard to keep the right leg straight, it'll be very helpful to bend your left leg, heel near the buttock. And then bring that leg over to the left. Take the strap with the left hand. Spinal twist affecting both the hip and the hamstrings. You can play around with it. Feel free to reach that right arm out to the side and look at it and breathe. And then let go. Bend your knee and come back. Take the left leg up. Loop around the ball of the left foot. Holding both ends of the strap with that left hand. Look out for the buckle. And make some big movements in your left hip. Big, big circles. Whoa. Notice any differences between right and left. We all have them. And then bring that leg over to the right side. Take the strap with the right hand, twisting. Pull back as you go over to the right. And breathe. And then release, coming back to center. Windshield wiper the legs. With the feet as wide as the mat, let the knees go side to side. Nice easy movement at your own pace. Feel free to close your eyes. And then make your way into Relaxation Shavasana. So you can stretch your legs out to the corners of the mat, rest your arms at your sides, totally let go of the body. And notice any internal sensations related to breathing. Notice the slow downward flow of the exhale. It's so good for letting go of things. And take all the time you have, longer rest if you have it. Thank you so much for practicing today. Hope this served you well, and hope to see you on the mat again soon. Peace, everybody.